Do you want to know what I'm investing in this year in 2022? Stay tuned, because not only am I going to tell you what I'm investing in, but I'm going to tell you how I structure my plan to help you become wealthy in 2022. Hi, I'm Dr. Jeff Anzalone. If you're new to this channel, I help doctors and other high income professionals reach financial independence through passive investing with real estate. So, had a call this morning, super nice guy, dentist in North Carolina, right on the border there, and of Tennessee, and he was 39, and was asking me a lot of these questions about, how do I set up my investments, my strategy, that sort of thing, and I started asking him questions about, the way that he goes about it, what his goals were, and his were pretty similar to what mine were back when I was that young, and very vague. Yeah, I like some passive income. I'm kind of new to the game. I've got some kids. I got a big tax bill. I'm building a new office. So I don't really know where to start. So I look back at all the videos that I've done and say, you know what? I haven't done anything to where I break down my strategy, what I'm doing, and then you can either copy it, of course, if you want to, but you could take it and make your own. One of the ideas I got from this was from a recent video where Grant Cardone interviewed Kevin O'Leary, Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary, and he was all about saying you really got to know your monthly nut. You got to know exactly how much money, and I agree with him. You got to know exactly how much money it takes for you to live on, whether that's 5 grand a month, 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, whatever. You got to know what your monthly nut is. And you also got to know how much is coming in. So that's the first step. Know what's coming in and know what's coming out. So you need to know and think about this on a monthly basis, okay? Monthly. So income, and then we'll say what's going out. So then you'll be able to figure out what that number is, okay? And once you have that, then you'll be able to kind of create what we're going to walk through today, okay? So I'm going to walk you through what I do, and this is going to be every month. And again, if you want to use what I do, go ahead. If you want to make it your own, whatever. So at my practice, we have an office retirement plan. So what I do is I fully fund our office 401k. And that would be for me, my wife's a hygienist here, the staff here, the ones that participate with it. So first thing I do, and it's automated, it's Vanguard, it's automated. I don't have to touch it. So it's set up, it's almost like if I were a W-2 employee, I'm getting the money taken out of my check. So that's automated. That's the first thing. The next thing is my wife and I, we have another side business, so we're able to have different other types of retirement accounts. So again, we fund other retirement accounts, and then we also have our kids on the payroll too. So our kids have Roth IRAs. They work in the business. I'll put kids. So we're maxing those out. Again, this is automatic. This is Vanguard, so I don't have to think about it. Three, uh, again, kids, 529 plan. And it doesn't have to be, this in exact order. Everything that I'm telling you happens every month. So it doesn't matter if this is down here or this is up here, it happens. So however you want to space it out, if you want to do it where it comes out on the first of the month, third of the month, fifth of the month, 12th of the month, whatever you want to do. But you can, I'm trying to show you the overview of what we're doing. So the 529 plan, we have a plan. Uh, we live in Louisiana. It's called START plan. Actually, the state will match a little bit of money, whether your mutual fund makes money or not. So it just depends on where you live, whether you want to do an educational savings account, 529 plan, whatever. Some sort of college plan with that. If you don't have kids, don't have to worry about it. Next would be any type of debt. I'll put in here extra. So we're already paying all the bills it takes to live on and run the practice, all that. So this is extra. So if you have any debt, if you have like a mortgage, if you've got cars, if you got boats, anything like that, what this is, any extra money that you want to throw towards your, let's say you have a mortgage on your house. Maybe you want to put $1,000 a month extra on your house or whatever. Again, set it up to where it's automated, because the least amount you have to physically do, do all the work up front, do all the work in January, get all this set up to start in December, to start in January, the first of the year. So once you get all this set up, again, it's automated. All right. Any other type of funds that you want to put money in? So if you got you're going to need to save up money for a car. Maybe your wife's car is getting to the point where the next year or two you may need a car for them, car for your kids. Larger expenses. If you got a wedding coming up, we have a specific travel fund, so I know about how much money every year that I want to spend on travel. And, again, let's just say it's 10 grand a year. Well, you start putting in about $1,000 a month. So then when we take your trip or a couple of trips, it's not like, oh gosh, I've got this big bill. No, you got this travel fund. And again, once it's set up, it's not like you've got to redo it every year. It's however much money. If it's $1,000 a month, you set it up. It's automatic. Again, it's automatic. It's automatically coming out of your checking account, going into these different funds. I mean, if you got kids, you're probably going to have to spend some money on weddings. Why wait until the day before they get married? You're going to have to buy cars. You're going to have to, you're going to have other expenses, larger expenses. So that's where that's going to go. Again, automated. And then after all this is done, again, it doesn't really matter what order, but after all this is done, then what I used to do is I used to put all money back into index funds. Uh, and let me go back up here with the office plans that we have. Most of that is in I think it's VTSAX, I believe, Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund. That and the Vanguard S&P 500 fund. That is what the majority, and this, again, this isn't a big part of our portfolio, but this is what we're investing in. Again, you can do whatever you want. I don't have a financial advisor. I just do it all myself through Vanguard. Why pay somebody 1% a year when you can do it on your own? Again, you set it up on the website. It's automated. So that is what these stock market accounts are. So before I got into real estate, what I would do, any extra money after going through all this right here, I would put it back into mutual funds, mainly these two. I don't do that anymore. So now any extra money goes into real estate, specifically syndications, and all this is passive real estate. And what I want to do now is I want to zero in on this, because sometimes, and his question was, well, how much money do I put in there? How does that work? How do you get paid? That sort of thing. So I'm going to walk you through what that looks like for us, and then I think you'll have a better idea of how the syndications work. So I have a certain amount of money that I know that I'm going to be putting in every month syndication. So I'm gonna walk you through a 10-year period, okay? And in our 10-year period, we're going to say that we're going to put $100,000. That's what we're going to earmark, $100,000, about $8,500 a month, that we're going to be automatically coming out to go into real estate. So let's say 100,000 bucks, okay? So we invest in a syndication, $100,000. The majority of them, they pay a quarterly distribution, and most of them are paying about an average of 7%. So that means you're going to be getting $7,000 per year for every $100,000 that you put in. All right. Most of these deals that I'm in have a roughly about a 5-year hold period. So what that means is every 5 years, these investments are going to be selling. It could be 4 years, it could be 6 years, average 5 years. So what this means is, and again, the majority of the deals that I'm in, the if you take your distribution, so I'm shooting for a 2x equity multiple, meaning I'm shooting for deals where I can double my money every 5 years. Okay. And the way that that works is you take your distributions, which is $7,000 a year over a 5-year period. Well, that would be $35,000, right? 7,000 times 5 is 35,000. And when this sells in 5 years, well, if you take the difference, 100,000 minus 35,000, that's 65,000. So they're projecting the profit split that you're going to get with this investment when it sells in year 5 to be $65,000, right? That's how we're going to double our money. So if you take over this 5-year period, if you take your distributions, which is 7,000 a year, and you keep putting money in, so then once you get to this point, year 5, when this deal sells, well, you're still putting in your 100,000 that you've allocated to, but then you've got this 100 turns into what? 200,000, right? Because you've doubled your money. So you get your initial investment back, plus you get your distributions, plus you get your profit split, and that's how you get $200,000. So now this is when things really start getting cool, because now you have 200 plus this original 300. So now you have $300,000 that you can turn around and invest in real estate that year. Guess what? If you consistently do this, the deal from year 2 here as well, it sells, right? It sells. This one sells. This one sells. This one, and then finally this one. So now you've got, you see how this starts to really snowball. So if you're consistent with this, you stay with this, and again, you can put different numbers in here, but this is what has got me so excited with investing, because it it has really changed the course of our investment strategy. So now we're not investing for a number like a wealth accumulation number that the financial advisors tell us, which, it could be, I think for us it was like 9 million bucks. Hey Jeff, you need to invest with us for 30 years in order to reach this 9 million bucks, roughly when you're around 70 years old. What if I don't want to wait till I'm 70 years old? What if I want to do something different when I'm 50 or 55 or whatever? Well, if you do the wealth accumulation strategy, you can't do that. But if you invest for cash flow with real estate syndications, then you're investing and giving yourself options to do that. So again, I just wanted to walk you through the process, my strategy that I'm using this year. And if you're not really quite sure about syndications or how that works, you want a little more detail on this, then what you can do is I'll put together a video right over here. You can check it out. It'll walk you through everything you need to know to get started in real estate syndications. Take care, and hope you have a great new year.